Okay, we've reviewed the hourly people, the supervisors. Now we need top management. How did top management do this? Top management, they take care to the third power. They take care to the third power. And so as a top manager, best practices of the hospitality and other industries. You need to look at all the different industries. Okay? You have to go out there, not just your own industry. You have to go out there and see what are they doing in other industries. Then what are the best practices that you have experienced? And then, what are the best practices for you to add to your organization? This is what top management should do. One of my very good friends, he lived across the hall from me, and Gary, and he would read, now I'm really showing my age. Okay, I was a freshman in college in 1972, probably 70% of this room weren't even born in 72, but that's okay, all righty? I'm comfortable, okay? And I graduated in 76, so that gives you 72 to 76. So Gary would read the U.S. News and World Report every edition. And then when we came back from Christmas and things like that, we talked about what you got for Christmas. He said, my mother bought me a subscription to U.S. News and World Report. And I said, oh, great, that's great, right? That's how he would start. He would read that. Now, he went on and worked for a company. You might have heard of it, Hershey. Okay, yeah, a few $1 billion a year company, what, 60 billion a year or something? He worked for Hershey, but he always wanted to be a politician. And so Gary went on and he became the comptroller of our county. He became the comptroller, kept the books at our county. Right? So then when he invited me to his swearing in and everything. And then I said to him, Gary, do you still read the U.S. News and World Report every edition? He said, yes. He said, here's how he starts his day. When he arrives at the courthouse, he goes to the courthouse library. They know that he's in there from 9 to 9:30. And he spends his first half hour of his workday in the library looking at what are some best practices happening out there. He still does that today. Okay? All righty? Okay. And so then, what are practices you've experienced? And then you put those all together in your organization. So there's top management. So if we look here, I shouldn't say that, pardon me. So what we've done is, so one of the key, another presentation today was strategies to reinforce customer loyalty. Okay, that's all in here. Okay, good. And that's our hourly people, our supervisors, and our top management in there. Now, okay, we're doing all this. Okay, I always teach my students one of the most important things when you read something, what's the source and the date? So we see USA Today, February 21st. I'd say that's very current, okay, because today's March 7th. Okay, so we know things are happening, but they're happening very, very rapidly. Okay, happening rapidly. Now, I do research. And so I do research and I do survey research. And one of the questions I always ask on my survey research is the question gender. I ask male or female because I always like to know if there's a question, how did males answer it? Did males strongly agree more with the question, or did females strongly agree more with the question? So I would have that. So think about it. So it's a simple question on my survey, right? Gender, male or female. So if you think I'm giving you work, let me show you the next slide that I received from the, here, please. Okay, that I received. You could go here, dear. Okay. That I received from the National Research Board that now when I write a survey and I want to ask the question gender, this is what I have to place on the survey. So if you think I'm bombarding you, if you think I am bombarding you with information that you think can become overwhelming, how about me? I do have a question for everybody. Can somebody please help me with why would you check other? Okay, so again, so hey, you know how they say, you know, what's that? You always think somebody has it difficult until you talk to somebody and then you find out they have life more difficult than you. Okay, now, this is what comes across my desk for my surveys anymore. Can you imagine now how I have to compile this? Because I have to have a column and a program for every answer. But anyway, you don't hear about that.